himself off that corner. Everyone's in sync right now, and that shot is sunk.
Solitude can't believe it.
A lot of skill on the field, and really even in this matchup right here. That one finds the net.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Adaptive Esports Tournament. I'm Frank. Joining me again in the booth is Lemon Kiwi.
Hi.
We are here for the summer kickoff. Lemon Kiwi, are you excited for this one?
Yes, it's been a while since I've seen you. You got the flowery
Summer
summer
kickoff,
vibe.
right? Had to do it.
I didn't get the memo. I would have worn my flower, but I'm here for business. Okay?
Yeah, we need to keep it even. I like it. Yeah, it's a party on this side of the desk, and then business on that side. So it's going to be that perfect balance.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so AET is back. This is the summer kickoff, the first event of this season, and we have plenty to talk about to get you guys up to speed. So there's a lot to take in on this graphic, but allow me to walk you guys through it. So again, this format going to be similar to what you saw in the previous seasons. Our standard 2v2 rules are going to apply. That 7-goal limit is going to still be in effect, so keep that in mind as these score lines start to develop. It's the first to 7 or that time limit of 5 minutes if that expires. We've added this to the bracket, so double elimination. Teams will have a second chance in the lower bracket if they are eliminated from the upper half, and this is going to seed our first qualifier, and you can see those qualifiers at the bottom of your screen there. So again, this kickoff taking place on the 30th. This result will then feed into that first event happening in June, and our prizing, of course, for the kickoff, 5K total in that prize pool, and first place going to be walking away with $2,000. So not a bad little purse for our summer kickoff event. But what I really want to talk about, and what's exciting to me, is some of the bracket changes, some things that have already happened. It is a 2-day event, essentially, so some of these matches were played yesterday. And the big thing, our first seed at the very top left of that bracket, Disability, that is Solitude and Dismal, our previous champions. And they were eliminated in that first round, a 2-0 victory going to the Uncontrollables, and that's a little bit of a result of us opening this up. So now EU is available to enter as we continue to add regions here. So the talent, again, is just continuing to get better and better. And yeah, a lot of exciting matches, I think, that are in store here for today.
Yeah, I think it's awesome to have this expansion. I know Europe is always trying to get in on new things, and they're up at all hours of the night trying to compete. They have so much passion, and it's awesome to see. And also, the first time I was here, I got to watch Solitude and Dismal play against G2, which was an amazing experience. You had cool interviews. I know you were telling me during the season we're going to have more interview content to get to know the players, because it's all about them at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely want to highlight that talent, and here are two talented teams that are going to be going head-to-head in our first match. That is the Uncontrollables. Excited to see them. Like we just mentioned, they were able to knock our previous champions into that elimination bracket. And then here for fun, also in that 3-2 victory, taking down Nubble Trouble. And that, of course, is Fear the Nub and Michael, who won several of our events in the previous season and were kind of, toe-to-toe with Solitude and Dismal. So both of these teams that we're going to be watching in the upper final, I haven't seen them play yet, but I'm sure the matches are going to be intense if they're taking down our number 1 and number 2 teams from the previous season.
And just speaking of here for fun, I just had a chuckle looking at this bracket when I got to the studio, because the names these teams come up with, Disability, Nubble Trouble, Blind-Handed. I mean, I like the here for fun. I feel like every tournament has a here for fun team.
Yeah.
And the fact that they made winners final, it's not just for fun anymore. You're going for prizing, you're going for seeding. And I know you stressed how important that seeding really was.
Yeah, for sure. And this is that lower elimination bracket. So Disability was able to take down Noxum Scholars 3-0. But kind of the story for me here is in those quarterfinals, Double Trouble able to take a game off them, kind of hearkening back to our previous season final where they were going toe-to-toe in that grand final. So still a little bit of a rivalry there, but I think some new challengers have entered the bracket and going to be exciting to see how that plays out. Again, whoever is knocked down from our winners final match will be going up against our previous champions, Solitude and Disbel. So still a tough road for them, but of course they battled through that lower bracket. The nice thing is, at least with this 2-day format happening over the weekend, they were at least able to take a little bit of a rest after that battle throughout the lower half.
Yeah, it's always nice to have that mental reset, the physical one too, playing so many matches in a row. But you know, the first people I did get to witness play was Solitude and Disbel. Now they're in the lower bracket, and they set the bar so high for me. That was like my first introduction to the league, and they're so talented, like mechanically insane. And I know the G2 players were impressed by them too, and they have a long road ahead of them when it comes to their careers.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting kind of to see how that plays out. But of course, before we get into these matches here today, we want to thank our partners who really make all of this possible. Again, Mount Sinai, Able Gamers Charity, and Adaptive Action Sports in conjunction with Logitech G, all coming together. And then I know you might have seen a teaser on the front of the desk. There's a Chipotle logo there too. All I can say is you're going to want to tune into the whole stream. We might have some things later for you guys. So, you know, another partner as well that we'll get more into later. But these are kind of the founding partners that really come together to make this entire esports league possible. So if you want to support them or find out more, be sure to visit aet.gg. That's also the website where, if you're tuning in for the first time and want to apply for these esport events for players with disabilities, that's also on that link. So head on over there and check things out. But we are getting ready for this first matchup. Again, it's going to be the Uncontrollables going up against Here for Fun. I feel like the teams that always are just here for fun somehow make it further in the bracket.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a mentality thing, or maybe it's almost like playing possum in a way. They're like, you know, we're here for fun, and then they're the most serious ones out there.
Or they make you underestimate them because we're here for fun, but we're actually sweating and we're playing super hardcore. And I know that this is a kickoff. There's actually a super solid prize pool. Like $5,000 is, like you said, a nice purse. Which I love. And then we have an entire season. So this is a primer to what people should expect, because maybe we don't know some of these players. Maybe they don't know each other. And that's what you're setting up your expectations for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and of course they have a little bit of time after this event as well. The next qualifier isn't until about mid-June, early June, so there's going to be some time to prepare, but this is a little teaser, a little appetizer for the kind of teams you can expect to see here in Adaptive Esports tournaments this season. And, you know, just by the bracket alone, things are already being shaken up, but it looks like we're going to get into game number 1 of our best of 5 now.
2v2. It's such a punishable, you know, a lot of the competitive scene is 3v3. Oh, almost a double tap, like right off the bat. Love to see that. But 2v2 means your defense can be exposed if you send it all on offense, and Uncontrollables already showing that off.
Yeah, and they are going aggressive here. A nice carry by Ashley. Going to be getting the Uncontrollables on the board first. He went for this earlier, almost right off the kickoff, but went a little bit wide, was able to connect with the net there. Juicy just can't cover that net in time.
Ashley almost hit the double tap, then came back and went for more. Uncontrollables showing off their mechanics right off the bat, but here for fun, here for counterattack. Pass, pinch, right down to Juicy, I think that is, in the midfield. Solid defense from Uncontrollables, trying to get some flicks above the defense. I like the patience here for just for fun, but they need a goal of their own.
Yeah, we'll have to see how they approach this one. Pandemonium right now. Juicy going to be contesting that. Ashley up for it. This one's going to be sent to the sidewall. Pandemonium trying to chase this one down. Juicy trying to put a shot on net, but it's going to be just right with the follow-up to tie us up at ones.
You love a kickoff that starts off with a 1-1, and Ashley not getting that second touch. That was going to be a hard one. You're just going for the save, and it was going to be right in the box either way. Here for fun, here to play as well, and this has only been the first minute, and you have 1 goal each.
Yeah, definitely evenly matched between these two teams. Ashley up for it again, gets the flip reset. That's going to be a second follow-up kickoff goal. I believe only about 6 seconds transpired from when Here for Fun was able to tie this up before the Uncontrollables took the lead again.
Ashley is insane at the game. I'm like, my jaw is dropped. But we'll see off the kickoff. Here for Fun went for a play, didn't work out. Ashley's going to be my player to watch, and I cast some CRL, and I hope that with these mechanics we get to see them there in the future. But here's an opening for Uncontrollables in the box. Pandemonium waiting for the perfect moment. And there is still a moment to strike. The defense barely holding on for Here for Fun.
Yeah, purple team showing some restraint around the net that time, but it's going to allow Here for Fun to get the clear downfield. Juicy up for this one in the corner, but Ashley, they're battling back now at the midfield line. Ashley manages to pick up the boost, goes for the aerial carry, is able to put that one in the upper right corner of the net to extend their lead to 2. The Uncontrollables looking absolutely in control of this match.
And in control of the ball, too. That's what I love about Ashley's play. The way that they're able to ride up the wall and keep the ball in their hands, or on their wheels, I guess, and just glide that through, making this look so easy. And that's a hat trick for Ashley. A 3-1 lead is not insurmountable. Here for Fun just need to find that right opportunity.
Yeah, and it's definitely, Ashley just making these plays. Hopefully Here for Fun can adjust, knowing that Ashley is that point person for the purple team, but with what he's shown us so far, the mechanics are definitely top-notch for the Uncontrollables, trying to nudge that one into the net. Thankfully, Here for Fun managing to get the clear. Now, this one is up, but quickly transitioning back onto the orange side of the pitch. Looks like Pandemonium is there to intercept, but Juicy trying to make a play now, trying to center this ball on net. Just right, trying to get this one centered and just wide, as that shot from Juicy will not connect, and this is going to give the Uncontrollables an opportunity here.
Great defensive touches from Pandemonium, just getting that out of the box, but the pressure mounts for Uncontrollables. And we enter the second half with them in a pretty solid lead. I think Juicy and just Here for Fun in general are solid on the defense. I think Uncontrollables have had many opportunities to strike. Here is one for Just Ride. This goes to the back wall, but Just Ride was going for boost, and now you don't have your best friend Juicy to get any goals in. Just Ride is buying time, though. That duo is coming back.
Yeah, here we see Uncontrollables yet again just applying this pressure. Not really letting Here for Fun any breathing room to make those adjustments. Ashley up again, trying to divert this shot on net. Just right, trying to set something up for Juicy. Juicy going to put this one back into the purple corner. Ride up that wall, but Ashley is off the backboard for the intercept and manage to get a shot on net. Dials in that opening and extends the lead to 3 now.
Just getting the flick, and I couldn't tell if that's like a reset, but Just Right, just all they could do was watch. Because Ashley dominates the skies, the walls. If they have the ball and some boost, you better watch out because it's going in the back of your net. Ashley they should be called the Unstoppables because that's what I think about Ashley. And the support that they have from Pandemonium is just that good. Here for Fun, defense, like I said, it's a wall, but it's a wall that can crack through if Ashley can get above it. Juicy being down low, it's easy to just run through that and steal the possession away.
Yeah, and I think Pandemonium really kind of the unsung hero right now for the Uncontrollables. Like you mentioned at the beginning of this series, 2v2 means that you're really lacking in that defense on some of those rotations, but when Ashley is off the backboard, alley-oop to himself, 5-1 now. The Uncontrollables, you said it, are looking unstoppable.
If I'm in this bracket and I'm looking at uncontrollables, I'm sweating buckets. I'm not feeling good about going up against the uncontrollables. Wasn't it them that knocked out Solitude and Disbel?
Correct. First round.
So I'm understanding why that was 2-0, because I was so impressed by Solitude and Disbel, and if this is what they had to go up against, I understand.
Yeah, the picture is starting to become more and more clear as we see the talent just going up and up in our AET events. Looks like Here for Fun trying to get it clear, but again, Ashley just so quick on these rotations. The mechanics off the ceiling, absolutely disgusting. And Pandemonium always there to back his teammate up. Ashley now trying to get this one centered. Juicy trying to contest. It's a battle in the orange corner, but with 5 seconds remaining, the scoreline being 5-1. This one seems done and dusted for the uncontrollables.
And it felt like Here for Fun were in the shadow in the first minute of play. The first minute of play, you had this exchange of goals, and Here for Fun had very impactful touches on the defense, just like that right now. They've stopped a lot of shots, but still quite a few went through. But it was Here for Fun needing to find out how to transition from that touch that gets out of their net to a touch that goes towards an offense. And Here for Fun, it's about maintaining that ball control and being more creative. The way that Ashley goes up in the air, we're not seeing that as much for Here for Fun.
Yeah, I think it's really, too, some of those adjustments that you need to make. Like you mentioned, Solitude and Disbel fell to the uncontrollables, so they're no slouches. Obviously, one of the best new rosters we've seen in AET, and teams are now going to have to adjust to them in the same way that they, I'm sure, were trying to adjust to Solitude and Disbel. It's just now that bar continues to be elevated of, what you have to be prepared for.
And if I'm someone on Here for Fun, I'm bringing out the boxing gloves, and I'm demoing Ashley.
Yeah.
Every time I see them, I'm boosting right into them. I'm taking you out with me, because if you can weaken their offense, even just mess up the structure, because then you have a few seconds, you have to respawn. Maybe Pandemonium is used to giving the ball to Ashley, and if Pandemonium has to be solo for a while, that can be how you set uncontrollables back a little bit. But Here for Fun are probably still just warming up. It's game 1, and this is the first match of the day. It's a day reset we talked about. We go to game 2 in a different light.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll have to see if Here for Fun can make some of those adjustments, but I think that analysis is perfect and here's why. You need to start applying some pressure to Ashley, get him to slow down or at least earn that respect from him, because that's another kickoff goal where he is able to 1v2 and get his team the lead.
And doing it within 6 seconds, like, okay, I just looked up on my monitor and Ashley's scoring. Can we calm down a little bit? But Here for Fun, I mean, it's in the name. If you lose, if you win, they're here for fun. And I think they're starting to overestimate now uncontrollables and look at what they can do. Here for Fun, need to take the ball away from Ashley, missing that touch. It almost pitches right into the net.
Yeah, but, Here for Fun were able to keep it close. It was about 3-1 throughout the majority of that previous game. It was just right at the end, Ashley again started to break out, score a few more goals for their team. But I think if Here for Fun, again, just getting up to contest, make Ashley have to second-guess a few of these shots he's been able to take, Here for Fun can start to work their way back into this one. And looks like they're doing just that, trying to get a little aggressive, but Ashley is up yet again, able to get the bicycle kick goal that time.
I said, uh-oh, as soon as Ashley had the ball, went up the wall. Look at this flick right into the net. I mean, I don't think they could be stopped once they go up that wall. That's been the primary way that uncontrollables have been scoring. But I do want to mention the fact that how Ashley got the ball in the first place, off of a challenge. Here for Fun, they like to play that ground game, and you let Ashley have the ball in the box. Double tap. Oh, triple tap, going for the 4th one, but running out of boost, and Pandemonium says, I trust you, you got this. And Ashley says, I do.
Yeah, just able to uncontested pick up that corner boost and get right back at it. Now going for another quadruple tap at this point. So Ashley really just being able to have free reign, but it looks like Juicy able to get that one cleared downfield and find the net. to keep this one close.
Here for fun, going for that physical play. Not demos necessarily, but bumping Ashley off the ball. That's how they were able to get possession back. And then, like I said, in these 2v2 situations, your defense is exposed, and you're going to see a lot of these long goals come out. And that's how Here for Fun can maybe score and keep this game competitive, as Ashley's control of the ball is next level.
Yeah, and it's off of these not even necessarily super clean kickoffs. He's able to position himself in such a way to make miracle shots like that find the net. So Ashley really showing us the full breadth of Rocket League talent at this point in time. Here for Fun, though, going to get a nice little gift on that kickoff, but Pandemonium is up on this side wall, getting that shot off the backboard. Ashley not wanting to overcommit, wants to be able to hustle back on defense, get this ball cleared out, but the cutback from Juicy is too clean.
Just it started off with a powerful shot from Pandemonium, gave possession, then just right. I like the touch from Ashley. You just tried to salvage that moment, but in a 2v1, nothing more that Ashley could do. Unfortunately, that ball centers out right in the box, and Here for Fun, we're all over that. Now only down 1 goal. Uncontrollables like to give the kickoff a lot, and that's where Here for Fun can strike at that moment.
Yeah, and it looks like Here for Fun has been stepping things up, but Pandemonium going to be getting involved now, saying, Ashley, I want to get a couple of stats on the board, and is able to do just that. Nice little touch from Pandemonium, going to extend this lead again. But I do like what I'm seeing from Here for Fun. They're almost saying, you know what, if we can't stop Ashley on some of these offensive plays, we're just going to have to give it to him right back with that same intensity. Looks like it's been at least keeping this one a little bit close. Ooh, but a tough shot off that backboard. Just not able to connect, but Pandemonium is able to find the net.
You pinch it off the ground, and Pandemonium is being set up for success. This isn't the Ashley show anymore. Pandemonium's getting a step in that spotlight. And 5-2, I mean, Uncontrollables, this is the winner's bracket final. You're looking at the 2 best teams that we have, and Uncontrollables are setting themselves up to be the most feared team in the kickoff. You gotta watch out for what they have cooked up.
Yeah, it is the summer kickoff, and the Uncontrollables are bringing the heat. Now also, keep in mind, we're just at the halfway point, but Uncontrollables just need 2 goals to close this one out. Let's make that 1 goal. As Ashley says, 6-2, 1 more goal is going to win. They're just running through Here for Fun right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals, I believe, for Ashley. 4 or 5, plus the 5 that they scored in game 1. Like,
he's got 10 goals in 2 games. Pandemonium has 1. Yeah, and it might even be in 7 minutes. It might not even be a full 10 minutes between those 2 games. They're able to find the 7th goal here, but I like the intensity Here for Fun, still trying to stick with it, still trying to get physical, but the control from Ashley. Pandemonium going to be almost assisting on the defense there, but that should be it for game number 2 as the Uncontrollables win in a 7-2 victory.
Pandemonium just wanted credit for that goal. I think you almost messed up that play, and I think Ashley's fine with it. They're probably having a laugh after this game, and I would be too after the scoreline I'm seeing. It's match point for Unstoppables. If they win the whole thing, and they should think about the rebrand.
Yeah.
5 goals for Ashley plus the 5, 10. That is a high score in this kickoff.
Yeah, definitely kind of a statement being made by the Uncontrollables, just showing us that there is still all this talent out there. We were kind of infatuated with the way Disbel was playing against G2, and not to take anything away from him, but I think it just shows that a lot of these teams have their work cut out for them this season.
That is a scary team. And I mean, just for fun, the fact that they always keep it close within that first minute, they're quick to have a response in terms of goals, but Ashley's quick to shut it all down. I think it's just pure mechanics coming out of that player.
Yeah, and really just him setting himself up for those angles and being able to find those shots. He's really not afraid to approach the net from any particular way. He's showing us a lot of variability in the way he's able to score too, which is always just scary on top of scary.
We've seen attempts at, the only thing Ashley hasn't checked off is double taps. There's been flicks, there's been control off the wall using the ceiling, But in terms of checking off all the cool maneuvers you could do in Rocket League, Ashley is still yet to get them all. But also Pandemonium feeling they're that confident in their offense that now Pandemonium isn't afraid to step up and overextend like that, and Here for Fun are starting to identify that, and that goes into the upper 90, and the defense couldn't get there.
Yeah, beautiful little change up of pace too. Ashley hits the nice little chip shot, just fundamentals at that point, putting it in the opposite corner of the defender. It's going to get them on the board in record time yet again, trying to close out this best of 5 in 3-0 fashion.
It starts with Ashley, it ends with Ashley. And Here for Fun, I think the way they strike back is, okay, I like the demos, but everyone exploded, so you're left in this one-on-one. And Here for Fun, if you spot uncontrollables overextending, how do you challenge and how do you find those open nets? Because Just Ride was that player to watch for Here for Fun, and here's an opportunity, but no one from Here for Fun went for the ball. I think they're kind of scared of Ashley.
Yeah, and to be fair, for good reason. We've seen it, right? 10 goals in the last 2 games. The bump coming through from Pandemonium. Nice job hustling back onto defense, but it really feels like as soon as Ashley has possession of that ball, super tough for Here for Fun to contest. He's usually carrying it into the orange side of the pitch solo, so they're really going to have to maybe even consider putting both players onto Ashley just to slow him down a little bit. And it looks like so far that's working, as Here for Fun is digging to try to get a goal on the board.
That was good hustle from Juicy, just to always be attacking and harassing the ball, and that's barely stopped, but no one left to scoop this out. Ashley will punish this, but I think Here for Fun, they're putting in a lot of effort. It's an accuracy thing too, of just putting into the corner and not always applying shot after shot after shot. They're not rallying their offense, it's more just trying to hold on to it.
Yeah, and definitely. I think Here for Fun might be, just feeling the fatigue of going up against the uncontrollables for 3 games at this point and kind of running out of answers or things to do to try to slow down Ashley. Sometimes you do need that break between series to kind of go back to the drawing board. It's tough to make those in-game adjustments, and Ashley at least has the follow-up from Pandemonium on that one.
Ashley heard me with the double tap. They said, watch this, and even had some spins to it, and almost had it into the bottom 90. Pandemonium, that's why they have them as a duo. Pandemonium, the janitor, always cleans it up. 3-0 for uncontrollables. Here for Fun, just need a 1 to kind of make themselves feel like they can come back into the game to help the morale. And Pandemonium doesn't even need to pass that to Ashley.
Yeah, they're just, they're almost capitalizing on the fact now that Here for Fun is assuming Ashley's going to be the one taking those shots, and that kind of answers a lot of questions for me as well of, Pandemonium kind of the silent hero, but is able to step it up and secure goals on net when he needs to. So Uncontrollables looking like the total package here today.
Now the real competition is between Ashley and Pandemonium. They both have 2 goals each in this game. Who is going to get the most? I mean, I think Pandemonium was trying to even steal some goals from Ashley. When you're competing against your own partner, that's when you know they're the ones having fun in this game. Here for Fun, I'm sure they still will be enjoying this. It is match point for Uncontrollables, so if you're a Here for Fun fan, the lower still awaits them.
Yeah, and of course that is the previous series champions who are waiting in that lower bracket, but I mean the Uncontrollables almost at a 7-0 victory at this point. We'll have to see if Here for Fun can get on the board. They've managed to do so at least in every game so far in this series, but is that gas tank just about on empty for Here for Fun? We'll have to see. Pandemonium sending this one towards Ashley. Not able to get that one to find the net. But
okay, Juicy. Oh, bye, Juicy. That almost so cool. Oh, missing the second touch of Controllables. Let Here for Fun have their fun. Did you really have to double them? They just want a goal. Ashley, you can't have them all. Which, by the way, if we're keeping score, Ashley has 3, Pandemonium has 2. So in terms of their own internal competition, keep that in mind. They have 90 seconds to settle it. Pandemonium ties it 3-3.
Yeah, a hat trick for either player. A little bit of a Legolas and Gimli kind of competition going back and forth for the uncontrollables at this point. Keeping it even now. A minute 30 left, only one person is going to be able to potentially take the lead for the uncontrollables. Now it's a competition within their own team of who can get this final goal or can Here for Fun start to get a little bit of a comeback going or at least get a goal on the board. So far it's a bit of a shuffle in midfield. Ashley sending this one center net. Just Ride is there for the save, trying to transition onto offense for the orange team. Juicy gonna try to keep this one alive. Pandemonium dropping down, attempting to get that pinch. Ashley will carry this one across the purple side of the net. Is now up. Just Ride looking to be the first line of defense. Juicy there as well, but thankfully Juicy was prepared for the save.
Ashley's going for the flicks in front. I'm scared when they have the ball. Here for Fun, I mean, solid attempts at dunking. They just haven't been successful at fully getting that towards the net. And, you know, maybe they're starting to run out of gas a bit, both metaphorically and physically in the game. I mean, they had a better showing at the start, and this one, charitable, Juicy. I know they've been putting a lot of effort in the front lines and finally getting some win.
Yeah, at least they can say they got on the board. Of course, the uncontrollables, the new big bad, I guess, of this season's AET, at least so far. We'll have to see how the rest of this tournament shakes out. But purple team just needing one, but only 20 seconds left on the clock. Basically seals the deal for them to move on to the grand finals. But we'll have to see.
Oh!
A little bit of life coming out from Here for Fun now.
You love to see it. We finally get to witness the mechanics that they actually have, and a beautiful pass right onto the top of the car of Juicy. Didn't even have to do anything but know where to park that thing. With 9 seconds left, you love to see Here for Fun show that they haven't given up, and they shouldn't. It's the upper bracket. You got the lower bracket against Solitude and Disbol, which they're a tough team. But maybe that can be something more at their level they can deal with. But uncontrollables, they are the team to beat. And with that goal from Ashley, to be fair, it's a team effort. So if we're going to keep score on who's,
sure.
who's scoring more, I think uncontrollables, they're a solid duo.
Yeah, definitely a solid duo. And in this best of 5, not only did they win 3-0 in a clean sweep against Here for Fun, they did so hitting that 7-goal limit twice. So the uncontrollables definitely looking uncontested so far here in the bracket.
That was scary. That was dominance. I mean, I'm just enjoying watching Ashley play.
For sure.
If you're offering lessons, hit me up. I'm sure a lot of players in this league would love that. But what I love about this league, too, is it's a community.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every player, you know, you beat each other in the bracket. I'm sure there's smack talk there. But they all care about each other, and they're all helping each other. And they support each other, advocate for each other, and that's what I love about this league. And Ashley is the best player I've seen.
Yeah, now it's getting, you know, super interesting in terms of, yeah, like that level of competition. It's all, you know, handshakes and high fives at the end of the day, but in game it gets intense, and I think that was kind of a show of it right there. So now we have Here for Fun going to be dropping down into the elimination bracket to go up against our previous season champions, Solitude and Disbol. So now that's going to be super interesting as well, because how is Here for Fun going to stack up now? Like, that'll give us a good sense of how good the uncontrollables are once we get that barometer of how Here for Fun stacks up against Disability. But that match is going to take place after this quick commercial break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Legend behavior, legend behavior, locked in. Y'all know what time it is. jewels, make it look smooth. You know how I do. Running this kingdom, wish you could be. Better look up, cause that's where you see me. Give me the crown now, cause I own the throne now. I hold the scroll now. I'm in control now. Ruling the game. I'm ruling the game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Adaptive Esports Tournament's Summer Kickoff. I'm Frank. Joining me back in the booth is Lemon Kiwi. What do you think about our first match of the Summer Kickoff?
Oh, they brought the heat. I know I'm going to steal your joke from earlier. And I'm like, oh, no one's on vacation here.
No.
So I'm glad I kept my business suit on. Or
Right.
Not that this is businessy, but it's like Ashley
Professional.
went to work.
Yeah, he clocked in.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely.
Hardcore. And
Yeah.
I mean, you saw the Just for Fun team, and then you saw the just here for, not here for money, but here for the #1 seed
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, here to make a statement
Yeah.
for sure in that the uncontrollables came to play. But before we get into our elimination match, let's take a look at our bracket real quick. So there you see at that top end of the bracket, the uncontrollables managed to 3-0 here for fun, knocking them down into the elimination side. So it's going to be here for fun against disability in that elimination final. And kind of the key point here is that now in the elimination final, both these teams, not only are they fighting to get into the grand final, but they're fighting to get a rematch against the uncontrollables, who were responsible for knocking both of these teams down.
I just love the name disability. I wonder if they have the ability to dis, because they're going to want to bring that against the uncontrollables. They want to put them back in the cage because they want to put them under control. And I know they want that rematch so bad. And even if it's not settled here, there's a whole season ahead. And if you love these players, just wait until things get even more serious than the $5,000 and all the stakes that we have.
Yeah, and it also plays into kind of that new format that we have this year, where the top 2 teams from each qualifier will get separated into what is essentially a pro pool play, and then we'll just kind of be playing pool matches for the seeding in the big season final. So they're going to have a lot of back and forth, a lot of time, a lot of reps against each other. So this is just kind of like a teaser for what's to come during that regular season. And sparks are already flying between these teams. So now in that elimination final, like we mentioned, it's Solitude and Disbel, who were our previous season champions, and they'll be going up against Here for Fun, who we just saw play again. That's Just Ride and Juicy. What's going to be interesting to me is maybe we'll get to see a little bit more of kind of Here for Fun's game plan. Again, they did make it all the way to winners finals. We didn't get to see any of those previous matches, but we can assume they were, you know, a top team, a top competitor, that they were able to make it that far in the bracket. But the uncontrollables kind of made them, you know, look like easy pickings there in that match.
You got to be a glass half full type of person when you get this far, and whether if you can beat a team like Uncontrollables or even Disability after what I saw against with G2. They're solid. But you got to be a glass half full type of person that you beat most of the teams to get here. You're in the top 4, so you should feel like a top 4 team. But I was just also giggling in my head about the fact that this is a 2v2 tournament. I'm thinking about, what is Roster Mania in the Adaptive Esports League like? And how do you do Roster Mania? You just break up. You go through a breakup with your 2v2.
Yeah, it is an intimate breakup. It's not like leaving a team like 3v3 for whatever reason.
Fun.
It's just the
it's
one
not
you gotta
working out.
I'd love to sit in on those calls. That'd be definitely an interesting one. But so far, these teams look like they're going to be sticking together. But after today, who knows? It all depends on the uncontrollables. Might be have to rebrand to the home wreckers after the summer kickoff.
Who's going to be the homewreckers of Roster Mania? We'll have to see. But the fact that Disability are still together through thick and thin, and you saw just in the interviews that we had last time I was here, just how inspired they were from G2 and how much they wanted to size up how good they were against G2 and what does it take to be a pro. All these players are finding out, and Disbel shows us how it's done.
Yeah, Disbel making a move again. Great control over that ball. Solitude sets him up perfectly in front of the net, able to sneak that one just over Just Ride. So love to see it. Disability kind of picking up right where they left off from the previous season. I think they just fought a tough opponent in their first round match of this bracket. Again, they faced the uncontrollables and then had to battle their way to this matchup. Hopefully they might get their chance at a rematch, but here's Juicy tying it up 1-1 with a nice shot.
Juicy had juicy control of the ball last time I saw them. I saw them weaving and dodging and trying to break some ankles, some axles, whatever you want to say. And I've been waiting to see Juicy's moment in the spotlight. Because when you get just kind of gapped that bad by another team, that is just like having more experience at the game. We didn't get to truly see what Here for Fun are made of, what made them go this far in the bracket. So I'm already sensing this is very competitive. Here for Fun, though, can they stay consistent enough to even keep up this pace till the end of the game?
Yeah, and a lot of it's that mental side of the game as well. You have to shake off that previous loss to the uncontrollables and just focus on your opponent here, and it looks like they're able to do that, getting aggressive now in front of the purple net. Just Ride trying to center this one up, but it looks like Disability will regain control of the ball. Solitude tries to put a shot, going to be denied by the crossbar. Both members of each squad up for it, as it looks like Here for Fun is going to be able to get that clear.
Oh, that's a dangerous spot to put the ball, Dismal. You're setting up the other team for success. The third impasta has been discovered. 2-1 for Here for Fun.
Nice looking shot there. Just Ride yet again with that follow-up. Centers it on net, and they take the lead. So our previous champions, Solitude and Dismal, in an unfamiliar spot, trailing by a single goal. Now we'll have to see if Dismal's able to step things up. Solitude trying to get involved, knocking that one down to Dismal. Dismal going to try to continue this offensive pressure from the purple team. Solitude at that midfield, able to set his teammate up. That one pops up to the ceiling. It's a shot, going to be just wide on that right corner. Coming through, Dismal now hustling back, wants to make sure to slow down this Here for Fun offense. It's going to be Just Ride. Attempts to get the pinch, but Dismal is there to sneak that one away. Solitude in the backfield now. Going to be rushing into this orange corner. But unfortunately, Juicy able to get that clear. Now Dismal the only one back, and thankfully is able to divert that one, but Just Ride is there for the goal.
And Juicy just started off with not a lot of boost to make the magic happen, and here's Just Ride, who as soon as that defender got out of the way to grab boost, it was this collision in front of the net. As the physics went by, the ball just bounces in the net, and that's the type of pressure and really the mechanics we were hoping to see out of Here for Fun, the way that they support each other when the other is low on resources. So 3-1 going into the second half. Looks like Here for Fun were able to spiritually bounce back after the 3-0 they experienced.
Yeah, and they just have a little bit more breathing room, I think, right now. There's no Ashley kind of, every single possession just firing shot after shot on net. And Disability, Solitude and Dismal, I think, still warming up a little bit too. Trying to find those angles against Here for Fun, what's going to work for them on offense. So only trailing by 2 goals at this point in time with just under 2 minutes left to play. And there's Solitude getting a little bit more aggressive, sending this one into the orange corner now, battling with Juicy. Going to be sent up. Solitude yet again regains possession, tries to set up Dismal. It's a nice pass, and Dismal going to be able to find the net.
What a setup from the beginning, too, from Solitude. And, I mean, spots the challenge from Just Ride, pops it to the back wall, and Dismal is in the perfect position on the left side of the box to center that out right in the net. And I think the only way to stop that, if you're the other team, was to intercept that pass. But that's the type of connection that Disability have. And, I mean, they've spent so much time as a duo that you almost don't have to talk to each other. They just pull that stuff off mentally.
Yeah, and what's really impressing me from Disability is the passing plays. You know, before we kind of saw Dismal being, I don't want to say the one-man show, because Solitude definitely put in the work on defense, was really the backbone of that squad, but Solitude way more involved on offense now, setting up these passing plays for Dismal. So while they were sent to that lower bracket early, I do like the gameplay improvements they've made overall as a team. So really being impressed. Despite them trailing by 1 goal right now, I think there's a lot of things that Disability has improved on from that previous season. Just Ride getting that demo, trying to set up Juicy. It's a great contest from Dismal. This one's going to bounce in front of the net, but it looks like Juicy's rotating back, and that's going to allow Just Ride to get that one stolen away.
You just put the flex tape on that sinking ship. Here for Fun had the demo, a 2-on-1. They just didn't have the boost to get the final touch into the net, and that was, well, That was that insurance goal, because guess what? When you don't get insurance, it hurts. Disability. Tie it with 33 seconds.
Yeah, that needs to be the next partner we bring on. Some sort of car insurance for the way these teams are demoing out here on the pitch. But a great tying goal from Disbel. Going to make it 3-3 with 30 seconds left to play in our first match of this best of 5. Just Ride going to get another demo onto Solitude. Disbel going to miss that contest. Could be an opportunity for Here for Fun to take the lead. We will have to see. Juicy attempting to line this one up, but knows he needs to rotate back onto defense. Doesn't want to leave that net open. That shot is up off the backboard with 6 seconds left to play. Will we see an overtime here? Juicy sets that one up, but Disbel does get the save.
We enter overtime. Juicy grabbed that side boost and was able to almost make a solo play happen, especially when the defensive Disability was lacking in those resources. And Here for Fun have had these close calls where, to be honest, if those would have been executed, we wouldn't be in this situation. They find themselves on defense, though, and that's a touch, but a little wide. Juicy recovers, not being harassed quite yet. Sees the approach of the challenge, flicks it up over to Just Right. It's a double commit from Disability, but no one for Here for Fun to punish that.
Yeah, right on that corner. That one almost snuck through. Gave Here for Fun the victory. Juicy trying to keep up this pressure. Does manage to secure the boost in that corner. This one is still up in the air. Neither one of these teams really able to maintain possession for too long. Solitude looks to pass to that corner. Does get the demo onto Just Ride. This one's on the orange side of the pitch, but it's Just Ride able to send that one back, force Disability back to defense. Disbel now with possession, sends this one over one player, but it's just wide right on that net. He has the potential follow-up, but not enough speed on that shot to get it by the defenders.
Fantastic saves from Here for Fun. We saw that against the Uncontrollables. They're a wall in front of that net, but, you know, going up against Ashley, they'll find the gap. But this team, Disability also aren't afraid to go for demos. If someone's in the way, they will physically remove you. Here for Fun, grabbing the corner boost on the defense. They'll have to cross a long way. We got 90 seconds now into OT, but somehow Disbel stole the ball away. When Here for Fun were looking for a clear, this drops in the box. Solitude with a shot, and it rolls in. 4-3 ends OT for Disability.
Solitude making a great read there. Knew that would be an opportunity, a huge cutback, sending that shot onto the opposite side of the net. The all-in from Disability pays off as they take the overtime victory in the first game of the series.
Of course, when you have all those epic saves, too, that was a close one. We almost had 2 minutes of overtime. Hat trick for Disbel, shout out to them, but you're not Disbel without Solitude. You're not Disability without these two players. They were so incredible. The way their synergy, you feel it, you see it on the field. Every goal I'm marking down has a pass to it.
Yeah.
And Here for Fun kicking themselves because it felt like they had so many close calls and it's just missing by a tiny bit, or they don't have the boost to get that last touch.
Yeah.
It's a little unlucky.
Yeah, heartbreaking really after they, fought so hard against the Uncontrollables, trying to work their way back into this one and then to lose that one in overtime. But I want to say definitely evenly matched on either side. I'm very excited for the rest of this series because clearly after that first game, this could go either way. Here we have Kickoff in game number 2. Early possession by the orange team. Trying to fight this one off the sidewall. Juicy now only has one defender back, but it's going to be Disbel with a nice contest. Solitude tries to get in on the action. Will eventually be cleared into the purple side of the pitch, but not until Disbel able to regain possession and put a shot onto the net, but the post is going to deny that goal.
See, Disability can get unlucky too. I mean, the speed that that ball had, it was hard to control it and just angle it a bit better. But with that demo, Disbel's removed, and I thought that was a chance for Here for Fun. Still a 0-0 score, and my eyes are wide open. The fact that this is still this way is insane.
Yeah, keeping it even here. Solitude up for this one. Tries to keep the offense going. A great 50, though. To send this one to the opposite wall. Disbel able to pick up a boost. This one into the corner, but a little too much sauce on that. Gonna fly by him. Thankfully, Solitude is there for the pickup. Tries to get this one on net and finds an incredible angle to get Disability on the board first.
Yeah, incredible angle. I was like, huh? How did he hit that? Especially with the defender who pre-jumped. And of course, Just Right, who's in the net, expected that block to happen. And once it went over his head, it went over his too. And Disability find the gap as narrow as it was.
Yeah, almost looked like Here for Fun was expecting that one to be a pass, but Solitude had the angle to make that one a shot on net, converts it into a goal. So we'll have to see now how Here for Fun is able to respond. They're able to fight in front of the purple net, but eventually Disability able to clear this one away. I like that out of Dismal, getting a little physical, able to secure that wall boost. Now Solitude manages to clear it to the orange side of the field.
Oh, Solitude, I know you hit those. Oh my God, he's on fire today. Both goals for Disability. And like I said, you're not Disability without Solitude and without Dismal. The passes that they're able to connect from the left wall right into the box. Here for Fun, they gotta try to predict those. You know that they love passing plays. They're always trying to find each other on the field. Here for Fun, gotta watch out for that.
Yeah, I just love what I'm seeing improvement-wise from Disability. Like, oh, and there's Dismal with the touch off the back wall, able to find the net, extend this lead to 3-0. But I'm just really impressed. I mean, what a relief off of Dismal's shoulders, too. I'm sure that he now doesn't need to be the one-man show breaking through both defenders. Now he has Solitude waiting in the wings, able to pass it off to him and know that he can secure those goals as well. So Disability continues to add to their roster what they can pull off. And now Here for Fun, finding themselves a little bit behind in this second game of the series.
Elise getting shoved out of the way is one member of Disability. And Dismal himself, midfield to slow down the push for Here for Fun, but now they've arrived, they set up camp, but the ball's not exactly in their hands. Just Right, it's two people all over them, and Disability take the ball away, speeding on to the midfield. Solitude gets the first touch, Just Right falls back for defense, and Dismal, second touch from the corner, stopped and blocked by Here for Fun.
I like it. I like that they're kind of keeping that pressure applied despite Juicy able to transition into offense himself, get that first goal on the board, just under the halfway mark of this second game. But I like that Solitude and Dismal just staying with the game plan. If they're up 3-0, they're just going to keep applying that offensive pressure. I think that's the right move, especially with whoever is the victor of this series having to go up against the uncontrollables. You want to be on top of your game going into that matchup.
Yeah, the highlight of Here for Fun's game is definitely their clears and how they're able to find these long open net shots, and that's how they are able to steal a few goals from the uncontrollables. And if they keep fighting through this, that could be some of the lucky goals they get, but I want to see better transitions of how do you take this ball, how do you intercept the passes, and predict these a bit better. Solitude, good block. That shot had a lot of power, and Juicy goes in for number 2, Disability out of the woods.
Yeah, I just love the way both of these teams are playing, just keeping it, despite the scoreline being a little bit more favored in the purple team's way, just pretty even. A lot of back and forth, a lot of them fighting for that proper positioning, trying to get those pass plays going. Just Right tries to get this one away from Solitude. It's a bit of an open net, but Juicy is able to spin back, cut back, and get this one back onto the opposite side of the field. It's a fight in the corner now. It's Dismal. Might be coming out on top. Has to go through 2 defenders, and there's that physical play from Here for Fun. Able to stop Dismal on that sprint.
Yeah, Just Right lost corner control, and I think that was a solid offense that was starting to develop, and Here for Fun just got to play with that confidence just like this, and Juicy wish they had the accuracy to center that into the net. You saw the defender in the corner. You got to go the opposite way, but sometimes when the ball gets enough speed and you're under a lot of pressure, this goes all the way back, and another open net for Here for Fun.
Hey, if you can consistently find those, they're able to claw their way back into this one. So Here for Fun, just 1 goal away from potentially forcing another overtime. We'll have to see how Disability is able to respond off this kickoff.
And you're in the lower bracket, so there's already so much more weight on your shoulders. This is, again, a lot for seeding and a pretty sizable prize pool, but it's a statement, especially as the former champions of disability, to say that, hey, we still got it. We're not washed, at least not yet, but we'll see. Here for fun, depend on Juicy. Both goals for here for fun from that player. They head back to defense, and disability almost tried to bulldoze their way through the challenges. Solitude keeps getting demoed. Here for fun, double demos too, and the red carpet is down. Tie game, 3-3.
What a perfectly executed play by here for fun. You see him double demo all of disability off the field. It's a completely wide open net, and that's going to make it 3-3 with just 10 seconds left to play. Will we see another overtime, or is it a goal? Solitude is able to solo that one.
I gotta watch this kickoff. So Solitude just dunks it, and there's no one on the back wall. Just Right tries to pre-jump, but just a little bit of space was available for disability to angle that towards the right side, and now you got to get funny with it in the kickoff. You only have 7 seconds, and here for fun, do not want to go down like this. It'll be match point for disability. If here for fun don't have a response, now at the 1 second mark, Just Right has to go all the way downfield. 43 boost, drops it to Juicy, but it's an awkward bounce off the wall, and disability take game 2.
In a similar fashion to game number 1, even the same scoreline, 4-3. So disability, Solitude, and Disbel really able to put in that work and find those winning plays. I gotta give a hand to Solitude, though. Really the hero of this second game, the hat trick and the winning goal in those final seconds, and does it himself. So big improvements out of Solitude this season.
He's like, I'm my own man. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't need Disbel.
It's not Solitude and Disbel. It's I can be just Solitude.
Exactly. Like, it's in the name of Solitude. I can be a solo player,
right.
The hero. And off the kickoff, the double tap too.
Yeah.
And here, you know, just for fun, they made the effort to try and defend that in those cases that it feels impossible to block. And their defense is very solid. It's those long goals that Juicy seemed to find. He almost had a hat trick himself.
Mm-hmm. And it's again really tough to see here for fun. Kind of, you can't get any closer, right? An overtime victory in game number 1, a 5-second victory in game number 2, both going in favor of disability. And here for fun really just need a couple of things to go their way, and you know, it's a completely different series. You don't have disability up 2-0. It might be 1-1, or here for fun might even be up 2-0 themselves. So really tough for here for fun, but Solitude and Disbel looking to close out this series and get their rematch in the grand final.
Attempt on a bump to Disbel doesn't connect, and it hits the back wall, which Juicy was waiting in the net. I'd like to see more backboard protection from here for fun. It seems like Solitude and Solitude and Disbel. I'm used to 3v3s where you can say player and friends,
right.
But now I feel like I'm leaving somebody out. But disability love to use that back wall. Here for fun, got to realize that.
Yeah, and that's just one of those things that as the season progresses throughout our 4 qualifiers, I'm sure teams will be able to make those adjustments, but always tough kind of mid-series. But definitely one of those weak points that I think if they were able to tune up, again, we might be looking at a totally different scoreline in this best of 5. But so far, things going Solitude and Disbel's way. Here's Disbel able to put another shot on net in that crossbar. Will it follow through? No, Juicy is going to be able to divert that shot.
Disability, they start off well, but do they end well too? Here for fun cannot be giving up. I've seen reverse sweeps. There's a term for it because it happens. And here for fun, it's lower brackets, so it's time to pull out all the stops. You got the pass. Juicy, it's not centered out. Wanted to follow up with it to redirect it into the net. But hey, they're able to recover possession, work on shot number 2. Juicy's trying to read where this ball is landing and doing a good job of hustling their way through the midfield. But these small touches from disability kind of stifles just for fun's momentum. But here they go again. See if they can keep this going.
Yeah, disability doing a great job of putting that pressure on here for fun and making them just have to adjust and miss those shots by, like we see, you know, just barely going wide on net. Another great stop from Disbel. Solitude's there to send it to the corner, And a perfectly executed offensive play by Here for Fun, but it's Disability really putting in that work on defense that's making it so tough for them.
Oh, Here for Fun just keep bullying Solitude and just pushing people out of the net. I mean, one of my favorite goals from Here for Fun was the double demo. Smoke and fire in the net, and they scored. It feels like Here for Fun, if they have a problem with the defense, they're simply going to remove the defense. There's not going to be a defensive problem if there is none, but ride or die, Just Ride gets it at the end.
Yeah, love that. Here for Fun, able to tie it up at ones, and it's really that perseverance through the offensive pressure. And eventually, they're able to find an opening in Disabilities defense. So all that works out for them, but we're hitting that halfway mark in game number 3 of this best of 5. We're tied at ones. Juicy going solo here towards the corner, but that post going to get in the way. Great contest by Disbel. They're able to transition. The pass is over, but the demo coming through yet again.
And Disability had this open net that they could have worked with, but the ball had so much speed from transitioning across the field that Disability just had accuracy issues on how to control it. And then Here for Fun, having possession, with how much speed the ball has, again, it's hard to slow the play down, and that's what Here for Fun have to do. Juicy sends it forward. It's on the left side. Disbel gets the last touch and the last laugh to clear it away.
Yep, continuing to fight through here. Juicy going to get that save as well. Minute 40 left on the clock. Solitude sneaks that one by, but doesn't secure that wall boost. So only 20 left in the tank. He might have to back up off this one, but here comes Disbel. We've seen him make these plays before, and he's able to get it by 2 to secure that goal and secure the lead.
Just patience. Juicy and Just Ride playing in the net. You're kind of flying high to get more air on your pre-jump, but doesn't matter how many cooks are in that kitchen. Disability do not care. They are so good, but how good are they? They only have a 1-goal lead, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. Juicy wanting to deposit this in the bank. The box right there, Just Right on the right. Maybe need to play a bit closer together so these passes can be a bit easier for them.
Yeah, Disability is doing a great job of adapting to all this offense that Here for Fun keeps throwing at them. It'd be interesting to see at the end of this one how many shots versus shots on either side, because it feels like Here for Fun are getting all these shots on net. The accuracy just isn't there. Disability able to hold on to this 1-goal lead as we have just under a minute left to play. Here's Juicy, tries to get this one over to Just Ride, not able to find that pass, but he's able to cut back on that one. And with that goal, Juicy will tie us up at 2s.
0 boost, but a dream. Just Ride just confused Disbel, who was trying to figure out what he was up to, and then the ball got left unattended. Easy shot. Here for Fun, tie it up 2-2. Again, they always live in the shadow. It's cat and mouse, and they're always chasing that tie. And they've been to overtime, and Here for Fun, they can take the pressure, but can they take the lead? Juicy, playing the boost well, has the reset available. Got lost in the sauce at the end.
Yeah, tough. Was able to get it by 1 defender, but a little bit too much airtime on that one. Almost able to drag that one into net, but thankfully it's going to be cleared for Here for Fun. Now Just Ride on this offensive play, manages to get it by 2. The recovery is there, but it's a scrap now in front of the net. Juicy tries to reset this shot. It's floating by in front of Disability yet again, and that one from Just Ride is going to float in. And Here for Fun is going to take the lead with just 5 seconds remaining.
Terry put it in reverse, and so he did. Here for Fun take the lead in the last 5 seconds, and that's their revenge, because it was Solitude that got the lead in the last 7 seconds in game 2. Now Here for Fun just can't choke the kickoff. They actually give it up entirely just to amplify their defense. They block that first shot. They take game 3, and Here for Fun stay alive.
You might have called it. The reverse sweep is still a possibility, and it starts with that right here. Here for Fun able to take the victory in game number 3, 3-2. All of our games, though, in this series have been within 1. So 2-1 now in this best of 5. Disability just needs that 1 more game, but Here for Fun starting to make those adjustments, and yeah, able to take game number 3.
They're getting so physical with it, too. Like, the double goal is still my favorite thing.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to see some more bullying on the field. I've been wanting to see more demos, and I like that just for fun. Even if it's not the full demo, just bumping them off the ball has been really solid. And Just Ride is stepping up to the plate too, getting a bunch of those goals. Here for fun, getting the last laugh in the last 5 seconds. We go to game 4 to see, well, they're not laughing right now, at least not anymore.
Yeah, Dismal didn't think that joke was very funny, apparently, in that previous game, as within 3 seconds off that kickoff, he's able to secure a goal and get Disability on the board first. Second kickoff coming in to see how this one plays out. Dismal's able to win that as well. We'll send it off to the corner. Juicy now trying to get the clear. Dismal with no boost is going to rotate back to the purple corner. Solitude trying to keep the play alive, or at least slow down here for fun in that transition. It seems to work out for him. Dismal now on the sidewall. This one will connect with the orange backboard. Will stay on the orange side of the pitch as Juicy attempts to get this clear. Dismal has the touch. It's towards the net, and it's 2 goals for Dismal in 30 seconds in game number 4.
And that's not a bad touch from Juicy. I think it just got above his car and popped up right as the attacker of Disability came to challenge. It almost kind of fell in his lap, and he went for the home run. So 2-0 for Disability, and not really off of mistakes for here for fun, but just off of kind of these really lucky challenges. Dismal reset, drops that in, and Disability up 3-0.
Dismal obviously taking that third game a little bit personally, because he has come online now. A hat trick in 40 seconds for Disability, and they're trying to move on to the grand finals now.
I know what the team name is all about, but can they, I think Disability sounds also pretty cool now that I think about it. And we'll see if the team names change as the season starts. I've been having a laugh about how cool everybody is, honestly. Here for fun, got the demos, 2-on-1. Juicy getting on the ball, but you have to cross over. And Just Right actually got the first touch. Or sorry, that was Solitude. And he does it all by himself.
Yeah, Solitude putting in this work as well. The 2v1 right in front of the Here for Fun net. And there's Dismal trying to follow up just to be that insurance policy on that one. But Disability in this one, just over a minute played, and they're already up 4-0. Disability digging deep, wanting to close out this series. Their Solitude gets it by Juicy, sends it into the orange corner. It's both members of the orange team attempting that clear. A nice clear, but thankfully Dismal was able to rotate back. Juicy has the touch. It's over to Just Ride. It's centered on net, but Solitude is there for the save.
Yeah, Disability have good positioning on the defense. It's hard to get past them, and you can't take these midfield shots without Disability being ready to catch it. And I know Here for Fun, they like these long goals and catching offenses off guard, but Juicy has a hero play to make. Dismal makes a connection on the corner. Just Ride follows up. That's the type of pressure and rally Here for Fun needed. And they also had the boost to get back just in case there was a turnover.
And there's Dismal giving Juicy a little bit of a taste of his own medicine, and even the pass over to Solitude to secure that goal. So 5-0 now with just under 2 minutes played in game number 4. Disability looking to close out this series 3-1. Here for Fun, needing to make a huge comeback now. This one is over to the sidewall. Just Ride trying to send it over to Juicy. The pass back, but Dismal is going to be able to secure this clear, and the huge commit from Here for Fun means it's an open net. That means Disability is on match point right now.
And Brazil territory too, which this was a stupid term that I don't know how you're going to interpret that one, but it's that I learned. First thing I learned at Rocket League, what is a Brazil? 7-1 score line. Yep. It has its whole history, and I'm thinking, where are the terms for all the score lines? Like when uncontrollables start playing, we got to start coming up with some adaptive esports terms for that. And then, you know, when there's a score line that's out of reach like this, you start to think, okay, now Disability are competing against each other for who can get the most amount of goals. Here for Fun, a solid effort on the front lines. Now they're getting demoed, though, and that structure threw them off a bit.
Yep, tough little pass to make there for Disability, but Here for Fun was battling, still trying to make their way back into this. Still about 2 minutes left to play. If Here for Fun can really start to rally, it could be possible, but in this fourth game, Disability has just been playing so perfect. There's a touch from Disbel. It's going to be over to Solitude as the purple team tries to regain possession of this ball. Here for Fun obviously doesn't want to allow them to get their offense going. It's an open net now, but Solitude is able to sweep under to get that save.
Because it's not like Here for Fun are not here on the offense. They are. They've put in a lot of shots. It's Disability's defense, and you said it right, are playing near perfectly. You just can't get past them. And it's not even just one defender. There's two. And there's not just one guy at the front. It's Disbel again, 7-0.
Yeah, a huge turnaround for Disability, Solitude, and Disbel. Really stepping it up in this fourth game, while every other match in the series was within one goal. We had 4-3, 4-3, and then 2-3 in favor of Here for Fun. It's a complete blowout in game number 4 as Disability wins 7-0 to move on to the grand finals and get their rematch against the Uncontrollables.
And I think if you're here for fun, you're also very happy. If you were really just here for fun, you know, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's make a team, YOLO. The fact that you got third seed out of all the teams that competed, you could go into the season with a good head on your shoulders. The fact that you are talented enough that you were the third best team in this, quote, qualifier or that seeding tournament. So, you know, glass half full. We mentioned that. But the Disability versus Uncontrollables final, I'm excited for that because that 7-0 that we just witnessed is them starting to peak. That is the start of the peak. I don't think that's them at their peak.
Yeah, and it's a perfect time for Disability to kind of find their footing and get fully warmed up, moving on to the grand finals now. But like you said, I think Here for Fun, an absolute great showing there, going up against not only the team that knocked our previous winner into the lower bracket, but then also going up against that team. And they kept it close. They were definitely in those games, but now we're going to have to see the Uncontrollables going up against Disability in the grand finals is going to be an interesting one.
Oh, yeah, Uncontrollables. Can they be controlled? Can we put Ashley in the corner in timeout? And I know Disability, they like the demo.
Yeah.
They like to take some people out. I know Here for Fun tried to match that, and it's the double demo goals from them were super cool. But Disability are a physical team, and Ashley better watch their back because I could see some demos going their way. And if you're watching the stream, I did drop that advice for free.
Yeah.
Go after Ashley. They are the carry.
Yep, so that is going to be it for our elimination final. Grand final is coming up next after this quick commercial break, so we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the Adaptive Esports Tournament's Summer Kickoff Grand Final. The stage is set, and it's a rematch of the very first match of the entire bracket. So it is going to be Solitude and Dismal playing under the team name Disability, going up against the Uncontrollables, which are Ashley and Pandemonium, two new faces to the Adaptive Esports Tournaments, but certainly making their name known here today.
That's what I love about that you have these open signups for this league. You never know who's going to show up and just absolutely dominate the bracket. You even have Europe competing now, which is, you got different styles of play being introduced, but Disability, they're a different team from last season. They're not in terms of roster, but in terms of maturing and improving their gameplay, whether the lessons they took from G2 to the lessons they took against Uncontrollables. You don't get beat 3-0 without learning a thing or two of what you did wrong or what you could do better. So this rematch, I'm sure, is going to be different from that first time.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see kind of how it all plays out, but this also kind of gives us our, let's call it the rock, paper, scissors of our top three teams here and kind of what their strengths and weaknesses are against each other. I think Disability, especially in game number 4 of that elimination final, they kind of turned on the afterburners. They really started to show us what they were made of and that they can still kind of take the game into their own hands when they need to, despite it being so close. But now we have the new X factors of Ashley and Pandemonium, and it's, okay, now how do Solitude and Disbal match up against them?
I know, the AP squad, Ashley, Pandemonium. Ability power, because they really do have the power and the abilities to probably win this bracket. Like I said, they are the favorite team. They are the team to beat. But a bracket reset, that's taxing on the mental, the physical, the energy that you have to spend. But Disability, they just came off of a 7-0. They're ramped up. They're ready to go. They said, who's next?
Yeah, and I know both of these teams are definitely hungry for a victory. You guys at home are probably hungry as well. So we'd, of course, like to thank our newest partner that we hinted at the beginning of the show. Thank you to our partner, Chipotle, who is giving us entree giveaways here. And all you have to do is text LGT 222 to 888-222. They really gave me a tongue twister on this code, but you know what? It's all worth it. All you have to do, again, is text LGT 222 to 888-222. You got that? Is that easy enough?
I'm typing it. You messed me up with the word two, and I'm 222 at the end. I got it.
Yeah, it should be. It's easy. We can put the graphic back up later too if we need to, just to remind everyone, because I know I didn't expect them to give me a tongue twister as well, but I know that every time I order there, they give me a fantastic meal.
It's a mouthful.
So it's a mouthful both in reading the code and every time I get my burrito bowl. They're two mouthfuls that I enjoy.
You don't want to know what I order. It's pretty disgusting for everyone else but me. Rice,
now we need
too
to
much
know.
chicken, every type of cheese that they have, queso shredded, every type of cheese, every dairy product. I know the lactose intolerant are looking at me funny and they're jealous. Every cheese, more cheese than probably anything else.
Yeah.
And then some salsa just to spice it up a bit.
That sounds a bit like my order, but what I love is that now, instead of just being like, can I get 2 scoops? I'm going to take your word and say, can I get too much chicken?
Too much.
That's going to be my next order,
Make
I
it
think.
Disgusting is pretty much what I use to describe my bowl. And I like that it's just fresh. If I want it to last throughout the day too, it's a meal. And we have a treat for you. The grand finals for a ton of money at the end of the day. $2,000 for first place, $1.2K for second, seating on the line, and Ashley's here to play.
Ashley did not skip a beat from our upper bracket final. Here he is right off the rip yet again, scoring that goal. in 9 seconds, getting the uncontrollables on the board first. Again, this is going to be another best of 5, but the bracket reset is available if Disability is able to take this series. Ashley is up yet again. There's Solitude, though, getting involved. Pandemonium is able to trickle this one in front of the net, tries to get the cutback, is unable to do so. Will be keeping this offense alive. Ashley pops it up. Ooh. Kenny floated in. The crossbar is the third defender for Disability and slows that one down, and they're able to get the clear.
I mean, Disability just happy this isn't 2-0. That got so close to being shot in, and Pandemonium waited for their moment to strike. Ashley waits for the moment to score, and at the goal line, it's saved by Disability. But coming for revenge is Disbol himself, coming in with a lot of speed. Ashley puts a stop to that. Pandemonium slashes some tires. You got a 2-on-1 for Uncontrollables, and it's at the back of the net.
Ashley really impressing us here in this summer kickoff. Look what he's able to do. Puts it right at that post. The pass to himself and finds the net. 2-0 now with just under a minute played. So here's the next kickoff. They do go for that fake. It's back into the hands of Ashley. He's in the corner with the corner boost, carrying it, the pinch at the net. But thankfully, Solitude is there to divert that shot. Now into the hands of Disbol. He's got one defender. Pandemonium is in his rear view mirror, but he's able to sneak it by both. Disbol gets Disability on the board.
I'm having a Joker laugh of just like watching Disbol just embarrass these two defenders. They're trying to rob the ball, and he's 6'2", just holding it above, and they're jumping up and down. That was insane. Uncontrollables up by 1.
Yeah, we'll have to see now, but oh, that one, he sneaks it right by off the kickoff. Ashley getting on the board, or getting back on the board with the 2-goal lead for the Uncontrollables. I think Solitude and Disbol just not necessarily ready for that one to sneak by them.
We're only down by 2. Who cares? 341. It's not the time to panic yet, unless you're me and I panic all the time. Uncontrollables, though, when you got Ashley on the team, it's fine. You're up by 2. It's more than enough. This could be 10. Ashley up the wall, drops it off to Solitude. This is time for a turnover, but needing to get the right position. Also, maybe the boost. I think maybe they got confused trying to grab that.
Yeah, a little bit of a scramble there, I'm sure, as both of these teams trying to find their footing, kind of get a read on their opponent. There's a double commit from the Uncontrollables. 2 people on that ball, but Solitude is able to get the clear. Ashley now has the boost in the corner, is up for it. Looking for the flip reset, but thankfully Solitude is there for the save.
Oh, here comes Ashley. Second touch. That's a hard angle to hit, though. Needed a bit more bounce to it. I think Ashley could have done it, but now just up flying in the sky like an angel. Pandemonium, the janitor on duty, cleans it up yet again.
Yep, there, and Ashley, the control, the aerial control of being able to carry that ball, almost boomerangs it around back square on the net, drops it down, and like you mentioned, Pandemonium was there to clean it all up. 4-1 now in favor of the Uncontrollables, living up to the name. And here's Ashley up for this one at that midfield. Tries to get the pass downfield now. Pandemonium in the corner, just wide on that shot. It's going to be Disbol chasing this one down. Can he break by both defenders yet again? To pick up a little bit of extra boost, but unfortunately has to bail on that play as the Uncontrollables now have control of the ball.
Ashley is like upside down in the air, and I'm trying to figure out what they're doing, and I'm sure Disability are like, what are they cooking? Ashley, oh, good control, dribbles it right down. Not enough boost to keep the truck going. But oh, Pandemonium gets involved. Very overextended our Uncontrollables, needing now the boost to race back, because here's Disability, but Uncontrollables, they slow them down just enough. Disability, moment to strike, and they get it.
Really like that kind of Disability taking a page out of Here for Fun's book with that aggressive demo play that opens up that offense, allows them to get another goal on the board. So only trailing by 2 now with 1:47 left to play. Here's the kickoff, the Pandemonium fake. Gonna put that ball in the hands of Ashley, but Solitude tries to get the touch to sneak it by the uncontrollables. Ashley regaining control now. It's up in the air, has the touch, but knows that Dismal is back on defense. Will manage to sneak away that corner boost, so that might slow down Disabilities offense just a touch. This one now floating in front of the purple net. Ashley fighting against Solitude to get the clear. Pandemonium gonna get involved as well. Has to back up, wants to get a little boost just in case Disability continues this offense. Will stay on the purple side of the field until Pandemonium now gets the clear down range, but Dismal thankfully is up to battle back and slow down the uncontrollable offense.
I like a Disabilities attempt at trying to keep Uncontrollables trapped, but you know what happens when you try to corner an animal? It just bites back. Uncontrollables, they're animals on the field, and I mean that in the best of ways. Disability, once they had their backs pushed back, they just didn't know how to stop the momentum that Uncontrollables brings. Now 53 seconds, down by 3, mathematically not impossible, but when Ashley has the flip reset, goes right into Dismal, and he's happy. That was an easy one to block.
Yeah, Dismal saying, thank goodness that one came straight at me, and he might even be able to convert this one into a goal, and he'll do just that. It's a hat trick for Dismal, still only trailing by 2 with 38 seconds left to play. This next kickoff could really dictate whether or not Disability is able to potentially force an overtime here in our first game.
When you got Dismal playing as well as he is right now, it's definitely possible. The way that he flicks the ball above, would have liked it at a different angle, just, you know, you never know what Ashley can pull off because it was right above their head, but Dismal knows how to find that gap. In terms of creating one, not as much physicality compared to the previous series for Disability, not demoing as much, maybe not having the time to do so. They're focused on cycling between boost and pushing Uncontrollables and controlling the space. Now Dismal with a chance, one in the net, flicks it above, couple more seconds, and the opportunity's drained by, and the first game of this grand final will go to the Uncontrollables.
Really nice attempt there at the end from Disability, trying to get that shot, play it patient, but also knowing that their backs were up against the wall as that clock was ticking down. It was a nice attempt, but the Uncontrollables were able to take game number 1 with that 2-goal lead, but I mean, it's back and forth. A little bit of a closer match, I think, than maybe we would have expected after seeing what the Uncontrollables did in the winners final.
Yeah, especially that first match between Uncontrollables and Disability at the start of this bracket. It was a 3-0, but we don't know the score lines, or at least I don't have the bracket in front of me. And I bet those were like 1-goal diff games.
Yeah.
Sometimes when Uncontrollables, they start ramping up, it's hard to stop them, you know, with the 8-0 we saw in the other series. But now it's time to talk about my Chipotle idea that I had.
Oh, sure.
With how many hat tricks we've been seeing in this bracket. I wanted to start stacking bowls and just...
Or just like a scoop for each hat trick. Like, we just keep adding it up and see how big our Chipotle bowl gets by the end of the tournament.
We have to finish that. We can't waste the food, so give it to me.
Then there's a separate stream where we have to finish it. Yeah, I love that.
So, yeah, hit us up, Chipotle, if you want us to scoop up some chicken.
Little mukbang action, yeah. All right, but here we are getting into game number 2. The Uncontrollables on the board first in this series. We'll have to see if Disability is able to tie us up at ones, or if it's going to be another uncontrollable sweep. So far, Uncontrollables taking a little bit longer to get on the board first, but Ashley, I mean, whether it's 9 seconds or 13 seconds before he gets a goal, does it really matter when he has been unstoppable so far here today?
Like, there's a difference between a great goal and an incredible one. The double tap is great. I mean, sometimes even fantastic in some people's eyes, but getting the third touch when you weren't sure if it was going to bounce in or out or just neutral, Ashley reads the ball so well. And that's why we give them that much hype. And oh, what barely is saved there by Dismal pitching it out. And you're not even out of the woods yet. Uncontrollables still have an offense going. This gets away. Dismal needs to challenge this. Couldn't speed ahead in time. Looks like some space created now.
Yep, Ashley does have control at this point. Solitude, only 18 boost in the tank. Ashley tries to carry that one coast to coast, but Dismal was there to contest. We have Pandemonium in this opposite corner, looking to rotate back onto defense, but can Disbel get this one by him? And Disbel does, tying us up at 1.
1-1, Disability, they fight hard and they fight back. And the fact that you just dunk on Pandemonium like that, it's good to read that challenge, that Disability weren't just going to keep driving towards the right, and they had a chance to dunk in that opportunity. So Disability, very good at the game too. That's why they're our previous champions, and we'll see how the season shapes out with all this new talent being present and maybe a new rivalry. I don't want to start any bad feelings, but these are the two teams that are just some of the best.
Yeah, these are definitely the standout teams that I have my eye on here from this summer kickoff, and I like that Disability was finding some opportunities there, kind of on the weak side from that ball from Ashley. They recognize that they're able to get the pass across field over to Disbel. He can kind of take that 1v1, but of course you still have to be able to slow down Ashley at the same time. So he manages to snake by that defender, secure that goal, and take back the lead 2-1 now. 3 minutes and 23 seconds left to play. Another kickoff. Solitude going to be up on this one, but again, the uncontrollables really in favor of just letting that ball sink back to Ashley. Going from there, now we have Pandemonium showing us a little bit of aerial play. This one still hanging out in front of the orange net. Ashley not able to get a shot off as the 2v1 is too tough. Disbel is up, but Pandemonium gets the bump. Can Solitude make anything happen now? Has to get this one past Ashley, but Ashley will get that clear.
I said uh-oh because when Ashley goes up the wall with the ball, 100% of the time they're scoring. Disability have well-timed challenges. You're not letting uncontrollables have the space to do whatever they wanted. So that's what I like about Disability. But how do they not only stop what they're doing, but create their own chances? And you're fighting so hard for this. Ashley's up in the air, has the reset available. 12 boosts though. Disability collide in the net. Diving. Disbel saves it. Not out of the woods. Pandemonium with the left side shot. I thought that was saved.
Man, Pandemonium really stepping things up when he needs to. Just finding those angles. He even had two in net. Yeah, Disbel got a little bit caught, I think, there, and couldn't get up in time to make that save. So that means the uncontrollables will lead by 2. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to play. Here comes Solitude. Tries to make something happen. It's going to be a chip shot up off the back wall. And Ashley now is up for it, trying to get the clear. Thankfully, is able to get that one in front and past the net before Disability could get back into a scoring position. Now Pandemonium just carrying this one forward, goes for the challenge, but Disbel has the dribble, tries to get the flick, is going to be bumped, and that one will be sent off course.
And Disability have solid setups in the box. It's just balancing your downtime between grabbing boost and being in position for a pass, and that's the thing that's not always connecting with Disability. But in these 2v2s, there really is no downtime, and Ashley has no downtime on the offense. They're just that good.
I mean, the aerial control and then the icing on the cake is really the shot placement there. Almost with the sixth sense, knowing Solitude was flying by from that right side, is able to put that one in the bottom right of the net. Now, leading by 3 goals. Uncontrollables, again, looking in control of this one, and Ashley another kickoff goal to make it 5-1.
I didn't even get to call out their hat trick before they just got a 4th goal. Like, Ashley resets here, flicks it into the net, and Disbel's like, yeah, G2's cool and all, but can I get Ashley's autograph after this? Like, pulling off some G2 moves right here. 5-1, uncontrollables taking over the lobby. And this will put them to match point if Disability don't have something more to say in the next minute 15, and Disability have to work on a bracket reset if they want to just turn the result of this completely around.
Yeah, still a very uphill battle for Disability, but they're able to find that one. A nice pass from Solitude, setting up Disbel here as he carries this one from orange to purple and finds the net. So 5-2. Just over a minute left to play. Could be really indicated by how this kickoff goes. We'll have to see if uncontrollables want to play this one slow. No, it's Ashley out in front, trying to finish Disability in this one and get to game number 3. Minute left to play now. Ashley backing up and playing this patient, letting Disability try to approach with this offense, and just want to make sure they lock this one away.
Ashley's so aggressive. Like, kickoff theirs, grabs corner boost, already trying to score before I've taken my first breath on the kickoff. Like, there is no chill to be found on uncontrollables. Like, they're winning by a good amount, and they don't care. They're going to keep the offense. Usually when teams start winning by a good amount, they rotate more to a defensive style of play, and this is still not, even with this super offense that uncontrollables have, you're just barely able to punish that, and you thought Disbel had it there, slightly bumped off his control. Here's the counterattack from Uncontrollables, 8 seconds left. Uncontrollables will go to match point, but not without Disability making them hurt in the process. It got close. Hey, you ended up only down by 2.
Yeah, unfortunately, just with 1 second remaining on the clock, I think it's out of reach for Disability, as they would need 2 goals to even force that overtime. It's a great effort at the end there, but unfortunately just a little, too late. It seems like Uncontrollables will now be on match point here in the grand final.
Yeah, look at that setup. 8 centered balls from Pandemonium. Ashley had a hat trick before I even took my first sip of my water. I mean, Disbel had a hat trick in game 1 and almost had it in game 2. Yeah. I think these are, it feels like evenly matched teams, but when, like I said, Uncontrollables start to ramp up, it's in the team name. They call themselves that. They know they are a confident team. And when you speak to Disbel, you speak to just Disability in general, they're very confidence driven, and to have a team finally step up to the plate and give them a challenge, I'm sure is something they're pleased to see.
Sure. Yeah, and it's kind of like that rivalry style aspect. You need that opponent across from you that's going to make you then elevate your gameplay, take your gameplay to that next level. That's the Uncontrollables right now. It is the summer kickoff, and like we mentioned, the next event isn't online for qualifier 1 until Okay, Ashley. Again, I don't know why I'm used to teams not scoring within like the first 9 seconds, where I have a little bit of a buffer to kind of make a point. But Ashley is just taking these ones as soon as it's available, getting on the board first for the Uncontrollables. But like we were kind of mentioning, Disability will have some time to make those adjustments heading into that first qualifier on June 10th. But they're trying to make those adjustments now. They're trying to keep things close, but it does require that bracket reset from Disability, where they'd have to play a second best of 5 if they were going to win this first one. And it looks like the Uncontrollables are looking to close this one out.
Oh my goodness. Like, they can't be stopped. Pandemonium gets bumped off this ball, still finds the recovery off the side of his car. Solitude can only sit and stare the way that my jaw's on the floor too. And Uncontrollables, their kickoff play is so aggressive. They always go for kickoffs, go for the corner boost, and they're putting shots at the first second of the kickoff. Ashley, wish they were a bit more above the ball, and that could have been powerful.
Yeah. Really great kickoff plays from the Uncontrollables. I think that's something teams will have to start to account for going into our qualifiers. Here's Ashley. Manages to sneak it right by the defender. 3 goals to nothing now in favor of the Uncontrollables. Solitude tried to make a great effort. Even Disbel trying to wrap around to contest that shot, but Ashley just had too much speed, was in the perfect position. We have another kickoff.
Disability needing to just figure out, how do you slow them down off the kickoff? Because it's reset after reset, but Disability, you're trying to find the secret sauce to how do you not let Uncontrollables take these crazy shots as soon as the play begins. Now you were able to stop them, but in terms of ball recovery, Disability are a bit slower at that. Uncontrollables, they play at such a pace that it's hard to keep up with. It's almost hard to watch and follow me just watching, let alone playing against it. Double tap almost available. Pandemonium wanted to finish it off, and Disability counting their lucky stars. This isn't 4-0.
Yep, Pandemonium is going to manage to get that demo. Ashley puts the shot up just high, but the follow-up from Pandemonium is on target. 4 goals to 0 now. And what's funny about what you were kind of saying is that that's exactly what teams had to do for Solitude and Disbol in the previous season. It was Disbol able to play super aggressive, make all these super mechanical shots, and now Solitude and Disbol kind of getting a taste of what it's like to play against them with the way Ashley is playing right now.
You get humbled a bit. But that's what's cool about this league. You have new talent. You never know what to expect. And this is the whole point of this kickoff. Another one for Pandemonium. His hat trick, I believe. And this is maybe Disability never playing against this team before. I don't know how much they scrim behind the scenes. But now you're aware the level that this team plays at, the speed that they come in with their offense. And this is something to think about as the season begins in June, as you said. There's lots of time before that happens and lots of improvements to be made. And as we're entering 6-0 and Ashley's hat trick, I can continue to say that Disability, they're not a team that get down or sad when they lose. Like when they were playing with or against G2, they take notes. They see where they're at compared to their competition, and they adjust upwards. They don't get down on these things.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have some things to work on, but I think it's kind of the point, and the great thing about this summer kickoff is not only are we going to be able to see some of these new teams that are entering the Adaptive Esports tournaments this year, but it's going to give those teams the ability to make those adjustments and come out in qualifier number 1, really swinging and able to have these game plans ready for these teams that, you know, might have beat them in today's bracket. Ashley with another shot, tries to get that shot on net. Thankfully saved by Disability. Now Solitude trying to make a play happen there, but there's Pandemonium with that demo. Going to take him off, force him to respawn. He's going to be back in before a shot is on net. Uncontrollables playing this one patient, just trying to get that 7th goal, and that's going to be it. 7 goals to nothing as the Uncontrollables take our...
It's looking that had and lead that and 7-0 now in our final $2,000. So you don't have to divide it so many times. So it's more
nice
dollar.
Even split. Yeah. So congratulations again. The Uncontrollables are going to be your AET Summer Kickoff 2v2 champions, taking down previous season's winners in Solitude and Disbol. I think that just really sets the stage for this season to be another exciting one.
Oh, yeah. Not that, you know, as casters, we're always trying to stir the rivalry, the drama pot, as you will, and we even threw the home wreckers in there.
Yeah.
I don't know what the roster change rules are for the season, but I hope that Disability, they stay together forever. They're one of my favorite duos to watch, but Uncontrollables, that new blood, the freshmen of this
freshman
league,
class.
Freshman class showing up to the vets. I love this. This is just the start of a great narrative, the start of a chapter for the Adaptive Esports tournaments.
Yeah, and even here for fun. Also, you know, newer faces to AET, so kind of opening that up to more regions. There you see the Uncontrollables run lots of 3-0s for them, just kind of proving how dominant they are. But like we mentioned, teams will have, you know, just over a month to try to practice up and get ready for the Uncontrollables in our first qualifier.
There's so much work to be done, and those are our top 3 in terms of the best teams. We didn't get to see maybe 4th, 5th, 6th place, but there's time for them to work upwards and close the gap, and it feels very top-heavy with Disability and Uncontrollables, just, you know, how hard they gapped here for fun, but, I mean, it's in the team name that in this kickoff, they're here for fun, but once the season starts, they're here for the cash.
Here for first should
here
be their next
trophy
team name. Yeah, and even teams that we saw on the bracket but didn't get to see on stream today. Nubble Trouble was the, I believe, runner-up from the previous season. Fear, the Nub, and Michael comprise that roster, but they're another team that I wouldn't count out. They put in that work, and I think a lot of these teams will have new looks for us come qualifier number 1. So it's going to be very exciting, but that's going to conclude it here today. But before we go, we, of course, want to thank our partners who make the Adaptive Esports Tournaments possible. Of course, Logitech G, but the big three here, Mount Sinai, Able Gamers Charity, and Adaptive Action Sports really coming together to make all of this possible. So if you want to learn more about our partners or learn how you can support them, be sure to visit aet.gg for more info. And if you're tuning in today and you want to get involved, you want to apply to be a member of the Adaptive Esports Tournaments and start entering and competing, same URL, aet.gg. And of course, a thank you to our new partner, Chipotle, who gave me the most tongue-twistery ad read I could have ever asked for, but I think we got through it. I think it's LGT2222888222 to receive a free entree code. I think I got it right.
Like, type this at, then that would save.
I like it. I like the challenge. It makes it, it keeps me engaged as well. So
you got to work for your food these days. Figure out this puzzle.
Yeah. Do a little, yeah, keep me, I'm getting up there in age. I need to keep my mind active, Lemon Kiwi. It's definitely it's another thing. That's for offline, though. But we want to thank you guys who tuned into the stream here today. And that's going to do it from us at the desk. And we'll see you all next time for qualifier number 1. Keep playing. We'll see you all next time. Peace.